Betrayed Chris' ex-wife revealed, Amy Roloff's house secrets exposed. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. LPBW. Drama has never been in short supply. Over the years, fans have watched the Roloff family rise, fall, argue, reconcile, and then clash again, often with the family farm at the center of every dispute. Yet, just when it seemed the show had revealed every twist, possible divorces, remarriages, bitter sibling rivalries, and broken deals, another shocking revelation has emerged that threatens to reshape how fans see one of the most beloved figures in the extended Roloff family. Chris Marek, the man who swept Amy Roloff off her feet after her painful divorce from Matt Roloff, has long been portrayed as the charming, steady, and patient presence that Amy needed. Their whirlwind romance, fairy tale engagement, and picturesque wedding all seemed to mark a new chapter of peace and happiness for Amy. She had found love again after heartbreak, and fans embraced Chris as a kind of hero. But what happens when the man you thought you knew turns out to have a past shrouded in secrets? Recently, whispers about Chris Marek's former marriage and his mysterious ex-wife have bubbled to the surface, leaving LPBW fans both stunned and curious. Who was Chris married to before Amy? Why has so little been said about this chapter of his life? And perhaps the biggest question of all, what does this revelation mean for Amy Roloff and her home life today? At the same time, Amy's house, once a symbol of independence after her split from Matt, has become another point of tension. Between renovations, disagreements, and fan speculation, the Roloff matriarch's new life isn't as peaceful as it once seemed. Some even wonder if Chris's ex-wife and the hidden details of his past might connect directly to the conflicts surrounding Amy's home. This is the story of betrayal, revelation, and the haunting shadow of past relationships, a story that could shake the Roloff universe to its core. To understand the current drama, one must go back before Chris and Amy's love story ever began. Unlike the Roloffs, who spent decades in the spotlight thanks to their hit TLC show, Chris Marek lived most of his life far away from cameras. He was, by all accounts, a private manor real estate broker with a quiet but successful career. Friends who knew him before Amy described Chris as friendly, ambitious, and well-liked in his professional circle. He wasn't the type to chase fame, and he certainly wasn't part of the Oregon celebrity circuit until his relationship with Amy catapulted him into a reality TV role. But before he was the smiling husband by Amy's side, Chris had another role, husband to another woman. Yes, Chris Marek had been married before. Details about that marriage have remained scarce for years, but whispers began circulating among LPBW fans when an old acquaintance of Chris posted cryptic comments online hinting that his past wasn't as simple as it seemed. Soon, rumors gained momentum. Chris's ex-wife was not only real but might still be living in the same Oregon community, quietly watching her former husband step into the limelight with Amy. So who was she? From pieced-together accounts, Chris's ex-wife was someone who shared his love of outdoor adventures. They reportedly met in the late 1990s, bonding over hiking trips and mutual friends. For a time, their relationship seemed happy and stable. But cracks began to form, arguments over finances, disagreements about priorities, and ultimately, a growing distance neither of them could repair. By the mid-2000s, the marriage had quietly dissolved. Unlike Amy's very public divorce from Matt, Chris's split happened under the radar. No tabloids, no TV crews, just paperwork and silence. For years afterward, Chris appeared to live a bachelor's life, enjoying his career and hobbies, until fate brought Amy Roloff into his world. Fans, however, now wonder, was Chris's past intentionally hidden from the show's narrative? Or was it simply irrelevant until now? For years, Chris Marek's past remained nothing more than a footnote in the background of Little People, Big World. He wasn't one of the original cast members, nor did he grow up in the public eye. When he began dating Amy Roloff, viewers knew him as the new guy, the smiling real estate agent who swept Amy off her feet after the emotional wreckage of her divorce from Matt. To many fans, that was all they needed to know. But in the era of social media and online digging, secrets don't stay buried forever. It started innocently enough. A fan-created Facebook group dedicated to discussing LPBW noticed inconsistencies in Chris's story. Someone asked why, unlike other Roloff spouses, there was so little information about his past relationships. Another fan chimed in, suggesting they had gone to school with Chris's ex-wife. Within weeks, threads began popping up across Reddit, Instagram, and even YouTube speculation channels. Chris Marek had a former marriage, and details were finally beginning to surface. The revelation sent shockwaves through the LPBW fandom. Not because Chris had been married before plenty of people remarry, but because the show never acknowledged it. TLC's cameras documented every intimate detail of Amy's split from Matt, including her heartbreak, her decision to leave the farm, and her hesitation about moving on. But Chris's history? Silent. Glossed over. It was as if his life before Amy didn't exist. From scattered accounts pieced together online, Chris's ex-wife was described as down-to-earth, outdoorsy, and much more private than Amy. Some reports claim she was a teacher. Others say she worked in local business. Regardless of her profession, one detail stands out. She has reportedly kept living in Oregon, not far from Chris and Amy's current home. Unlike Amy, who thrives on community engagement and social events, Chris's ex-wife allegedly preferred a quieter lifestyle. Sources say she wasn't fond of attention, which may explain why their marriage never faced the public's eye. Ironically, this quiet nature now makes her the subject of intense curiosity. Fans are desperate to know how she feels seeing Chris now in the spotlight, married to a reality TV star. The contrast with Amy. The stark differences between Amy Roloff and Chris's ex-wife have become a popular talking point. Amy is outspoken, warm, and thrives on being surrounded by family and friends. Her personality radiates energy and resilience, especially as she navigated a painful divorce and redefined herself outside of Roloff farms. Chris's ex, however, is painted as a woman who values solitude and privacy. This contrast has fueled endless online debates. Did Chris deliberately choose someone completely opposite of his first wife when he met Amy? Was Amy the second chance he needed after a marriage that lacked vibrancy? Or could these differences someday cause friction if Chris struggles to balance Amy's public lifestyle with his natural inclination toward privacy? Fan reactions, betrayal, or normal life? As with all Roloff-related drama, fans are split. Some believe Chris did nothing wrong after all. Many people have past marriages that aren't broadcast on national television. To them, this is just part of life, not a betrayal. Others, however, see the silence as suspicious. Why didn't Amy know? Or did she know, and TLC just edited it out? One fan wrote on Reddit. Another replied, if Chris was hiding his ex-wife from the public, what else is he hiding from Amy? The word betrayal began circulating quickly. For Amy, who had already endured feelings of betrayal during her divorce from Matt, the idea of secrets lurking in her new marriage stings even harder for fans who empathize with her. The question of Amy's house. The ex-wife revelation ties directly into another brewing controversy, Amy's house. Some fans speculate that Chris's reluctance about Amy's home, her choice to downsize and buy her own space after leaving the Roloff farm, may be connected to echoes of his past. Did Chris once argue over property or living situations with his first wife? Could his discomfort with Amy's home reflect old wounds from that failed marriage? While there's no proof of a direct connection, the timing of the revelations has created a narrative many fans are eager to believe. Chris's past is seeping into his present, and Amy is unknowingly caught in the middle.